Hello, and welcome to the webinar covering the Agile Ticketing Update for version 6.26. We are very excited to introduce you to the significant benefits to the Agile Ticketing System. The first enhancement we are going to cover today are updates to the seat selection and the seat map editor. We have made our seat selection process more customer-friendly and made it easier than ever to lay out a custom seating image. The online seat selection process has been revamped to use SVG image tech in order to allow for easier zooming and panning when selecting seats. Let's take a look. I will pull up an event that has seating available and uses our default seating layout. Here we can see the layout of a basic venue with 2 aisles. When viewing on a device with a mouse, we can use the buttons in the bottom right hand corner to zoom in, out, and reset back to full view. I can also use the control key and the mouse wheel to scroll in order to zoom in, move it around in order to find out where I'd like to sit. This allows me to more easily dig in, find the area where I want to select my seats. I can go back out to full view and make sure those are the seats that I would want, and then add them. I'll close this box and I'm going to pull up an event that is using our custom seating layout. On this event, we can see that same seating control, although we have a image overlay with our seats on it. I can zoom in and pan just like I did before. I'll go ahead and pick my desired seats. And when I select these seats, I see a helpful hint down at the bottom that notes that I have 3 seats selected, and I click here to proceed. This quickly brings the customer to the area to select what types of tickets and to add them to their cart. We can also take a look at the improved customer experience on mobile devices for seat selection. I will pull up the same events on my phone. On the first event, I can easily see the whole section at a time. I can pinch to zoom, go to the area where I want to sit, select my seats, and add them. I'll go ahead and close this out. We'll go to the second event and take a look at the custom image map. I'll zoom in to find where I want to sit here. Since I cannot see the ticket options, it shows me how many tickets I have selected, along with the option to proceed below. When I click on that, it brings me to the ticket area into view, where I can add them to my cart. Now that we have seen the new customer experience for selecting seats, I want to show you some enhancements we have made for editing your seat layout. Let's take a look. In the admin app, I will go to the event and the show time, and go to seat maintenance. One quick thing to notice is the new icon bar that helps with editing areas and section properties. I'll go ahead and edit this section by clicking on the pencil icon. I will go to the Images tab and say that I want to change our image map to edit the custom layout. We have added several new options to speed up the process of creating or editing your custom layout. I'll start by selecting all the seats in row A. I now have the option to copy this row, since rows B through L all look the same. Go ahead and type in the row name. Say that I want it to be placed above row A. We'll put that about 42 pixels above. And now I've easily created that whole row B from row A. This alone can make it faster to create your seating layout. We have also added keyboard shortcuts to enable access to the editing tools used often. For example, the space bar will initiate the copy process. I can easily click the space bar and copy row C. and again for row D, and so on and so forth for all those rows that are similar. If I need to adjust the row, I can use the arrow keys to move the selections around. All of the keyboard shortcuts are detailed under the Helpful Tips option on the menu bar. I can see that arrow keys will move the selected regions. Control plus the left or right arrow key will rotate the selected regions. The space bar will copy selected regions. Q will increment the seat selector on the selected region. N will edit the selected region. And Tab and Shift Tab will cycle through the list of regions in your bottom left-hand panel. Also, we've updated the preview to be able to more quickly and easily see that all of your seat selections are correctly mapped. The next enhancement on our list are the addition of more settings options in Portal. We are continuing to add more and more of the admin capabilities to the web portal with every update. Let's take a look. I will go to the settings area, now available in the portal menu. From here, I can edit our organization info, venues, revenue payment accounts, and users. First, I will go to the organization's info, where I can edit information about our business, like our address, customer service contact info, billing information, and get the list of web links that are set up for this organization. I will go back to the settings area and take a look at the venue options. Here I can add or edit all the information about my venue, including its location, description, directions, and information on how to pick up wheel call tickets. I'll go back to the settings again and take a look at the revenue payment accounts option. Here I can edit all of the information about the accounts, including the name, account code, class, and what type of account it is. Now I'll go back and take a look at the users option. Here I can add a new user or edit all the information about users in my organization. Pull up the box office user. Here we can use this area to reset a user's password, clearing out any failed logins if they've had trouble signing in, or change the security roles in order to adjust the permissions. The next enhancement on our list are some changes to memberships and passes. We have adjusted how subscription memberships expose their expiration date and added a new option for selecting a membership or pass for purchase. Let's take a look. For subscription memberships and recurring donations, we have changed to no longer show the expiration date on the customer's order confirmation page or their email receipt. This was done to help reduce confusion on memberships that should continue until the customer cancels their subscription. The customer can still see their current month when it'll end by going into their account, viewing their benefits, and they can view when that subscription will currently end that month. Also, we've added a new option to change how the membership purchase page is formatted. Now, the membership can be presented as a single option among the different levels, instead of presenting a quantity selection next to each option. The next enhancement is with our support of PAX EMV payment terminals. We have added the option to make setting up these terminals even easier. Now, instead of using an IP address to set up the terminal, we can use the device's unique MAC address in the terminal settings. This allows the Agile Ticketing terminal to find the device on the network even if the IP address changes periodically. Also, we have added the option to not print receipts for every sale using the PAX terminals. This used to be a requirement for some payment terminal providers that a receipt must be printed with every sale. It is now possible to go to the payment methods and uncheck the print at initial transaction option to keep the receipt from printing automatically. it is still possible to print the receipt on demand if it is needed. The next set of enhancements on our list affect various categories of the Agile ticketing system. We continue to evolve the system based on feedback in many different ways. Let's take a look. We have added a new customer list event history API method. This new method is used to pull information about a customer's full event purchase history. The details of this new method can be found at agiletix.com/API. The next enhancement is better support for poster-style images on events. When we look at the listing of events, we can see that the details block grows to accommodate poster images. It does this automatically, and it works well with mixed posters and screen cap style images. And we can see that this has been adjusted on all the different event views. We can also see the addition of the option to show additional show times, where there may be a longer list. And also the media carousel now accommodates both type of images much better than it did before. The next enhancement is with price setup in the admin app. We have added support to remember the last sales line and sales line type that's used when setting up new price records. This makes it to where whenever you're going to set up quite a number of the same type of prices for the same sales line type, it'll save those clicks and save time in this process. Also, we have deprecated out the complementary option in the price setup, as well as the override effective event date. Tax types are now no longer shown in the organization unless it is actually using tax rate option as well. And one last enhancement is the ability to push order fees to Donor Perfect if needed. As long as the order fee account is tied to a Donor Perfect account, it'll add a gift record anytime this fee is assessed on an order.